You can also confit many other things, including tomatoes. And slow roasting tomatoes in olive oil concentrates and sweetens their flavors, making even ordinary tomatoes rich and delicious. And so let's get started. Make a little X in the bottom of a nice ripe tomato. This is best done in tomato season, but out of season you can find some nice hydroponic tomatoes or greenhouse tomatoes that look like this. Put in boiling water for 10 seconds and then immediately immerse the tomatoes in iced water. This will stop the cooking, keep the tomatoes nice and hard, but allow you to peel off the skin. And so just now peel the tomatoes and core them. See how easily the skins come off? Just simple, simple technique. This is the same technique you'd use if you were canning tomatoes. And now to core, just take the point of your knife and just go around like this and pop that out. So now we have our baking dish, a dish just large enough to hold the tomatoes. And sprinkle the garlic, sliced garlic cloves, about 4 in the bottom of a dish, and some basil. Place the tomatoes cut side down in the dish and add about 1/2 cup of olive oil. Season with some salt and just use a good coarse salt. And this is a really, really fine way to intensify the flavor of these tomatoes. 1/2 cup. And now these will kind of collapse after 50 minutes, and they will be lightly browned and very tender. I'll show you what they look like. So now let the tomatoes cool to room temperature before packing in a nice glass jar. And oh, does this smell good? It looks good. And the tomatoes will only get better as they sit in the flavored olive oil. Ball jars like this are very useful. These are the old-fashioned canning jars in which you pack vegetables, fruits, relishes, pickles, confits. And make sure you use all of this olive oil. There's lots and lots of air pockets. So the best thing to do with that is take a tiny little rubber scraper like this and run it down the side of the jar, making room for all the liquid to fill all those air spaces, those air pockets. Always when you're covering a jar, wipe the rim of the jar with a warm cloth, cleaning it well. You can wipe the jar later on and put the seal cap on. Hold it with your finger in the middle like this, and then tighten the ring. And then wipe your jar. Now, tomato confit actually improves as it sits. And after you're finished with the tomatoes, you can also use the flavorful oil in vinaigrettes or in sauces. When you're grilling, just spoon a little bit of that garlicky, basil-y, tomatoey oil on your chicken or on your fish, and it too will greatly improve those flavors. So you can confit little cherry tomatoes. These are many different colors, as well as the large tomatoes. A very good way to use up some of those excess tomatoes from your garden or from the farmer's market. Now, remember, once confit like this and put in olive oil, you must refrigerate these, and they'll stay in your refrigerator for several weeks. But don't forget to use them. They're delicious.